What's up? What's up? What's up? And welcome to another edition of the Man Spirits. As always, I am your host with the most, Mr. Desmond Mosby. And always, I have my brothers with me, fellas. Say hi.
What's up?
What's going on?
This is going to be an exciting episode because we get to talk to you all about our dream team. So if we have a dream team, if we were able to pick our dream team in the NBA, in the basketball, who would our 5 players be on that particular team? And we already have discussed a little briefly before we got on. And there might be a little animosity. There may be a little conversation take place, but I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. But as always, first things first, we got to get into what has been going on in the world with our weekend review. And there's been a lot going on since the last time that we talked to each other. There's been a shooting in Nebraska at a private Christian school. Trump has been indicted and looks to appear in court, I believe, on Tuesday. It's just been a lot, fellas. The NCAA tournament has come to its point where we will be crowning national champions on the boys and girls side soon. We have UConn and San Diego State going up in the men's, and we have LSU in Iowa.
Yep.
On the girls side.
Yeah.
So this has been an interesting year for especially for me, for the boys tournament. I mean, San Diego State making it all the way and FAU making it as far as they did. I mean, this was a year certainly of few teams that this would have been possibly their first championship ever. So shout out, congratulations. Anybody got any picks?
UConn looks like they're pretty dominating, so I don't see how they're going to lose, to be honest.
And they've won a championship before, a couple. So, I mean, you can't take nothing away from them, definitely. But we're not going to take anything away from San Diego State for certainly making it this far. I'm excited. I'm always excited for this year. And because of the tournament and because of the NBA Finals starting here soon, that's kind of what our topic is based around today. Anybody have any feelings on Trump? I know Blake always is very, very vocal about this particular subject. Any feelings, Blake?
Not really much to say on that. Just I believe that he's going to turn himself in on Tuesday when I see a picture. But until then, I'm not worried about it too much.
Got to see the picture for Blake. Seeing is believing. I feel you, my brother. Any other things? Any other news?
Did y'all see somebody did a April Fool's? Was Andre 3000 was coming out with an album, had a track list and a picture of him in the studio.
I would have been mad had I saw that. I told y'all the other day that I
can't remember who it was.
I was in the after school program and that Outkast instrumental came on. And I was like, these kids is not going to know who Outkast is. Right. But the custodian came in and he walked in. He's like, yo, that's that Outkast sample, ain't it? I was like, it absolutely is. Shoot, you know what time it is. We ain't playing no games in here. Got that Rosa Parks sample playing. Go in the background so these kids recognize the real. That's real hip hop for you.
Okay, but funny thing, Dreamville Fest was this weekend. J. Cole's.
Oh yeah.
Sure enough was.
Yesterday. Everybody.
I saw yesterday.
Everybody.
What did he do?
Usher said presenting Beyonce, and they went fucking crazy.
Wow. I can only imagine how crazy they went to hear Beyonce, knowing that they didn't pay Beyonce prices.
No.
At all whatsoever.
He even took it further and like acted like he was going back there to get her and all that, and then he walks up April Fool's.
I want to say that they had to push it back because it was supposed to open, I think, at 2 p.m. But because of the weather yesterday, the wind, the rain, I think they pushed it back like an hour or something to get everything started. But I bet it was a show and a half, man. I can only imagine.
Usher turned up, boy.
I wish I could have been there.
I keep wanting to go and I keep forgetting to get tickets.
Can we determine that we're gonna go next year?
Next year?
Yeah.
Hey, look, do you know this?
Yeah.
WrestleMania had 87,000 people, right?
Uh-huh.
Dreamville had 110,000 people,
I believe
Man.
it.
more than WrestleMania.
I believe it.
I was tripping about that.
I believe it. So let's make that plan that we're gonna go to the Dreamville Fest next year, or something in the water, one or the other, because something in the water looks like it's gonna be good this year too.
Yeah.
Like
That's
really,
it,
really
bro.
good. So
What is that now? What's something in the water? What is that?
something in the water is Pharrell's festival
Yep.
that he hosts
Oh.
down in Virginia Beach, and he has some big names. Like I
Yeah,
believe, if I'm not
every
mis-
year it's gotten better and better.
oh yeah, every year, as Fernando says, getting better and better. This year, I think Lil Wayne's supposed to be there, right? So I mean, he's got some heavy hitters, and I mean Virginia Beach, yeah, I mean right down the way. Why not go to one of these when they're right around the corner from us?
Yeah, it's not often that happens.
Not often that no. And for the prices that both of them are offering that as well, you get to
Yeah.
see all of those folks. I mean, that's you can't beat that, right? So Jamon, I'm putting you in charge of planning that trip next year.
Wow.
All right.
Don't
Just let
lose
me
the
know.
gas.
You said what?
Everybody just need their money.
Don't lose the gas money.
Yeah. just let us know what you need each of us to do, if anything. But I trust that you can certainly take care of it and make it happen, my brother.
I don't even, so it's always in. Is it always in Raleigh?
Dreamville?
Dreamville's in Atlanta, right outside of Atlanta. And then
Greenville was in North Carolina.
Nah,
This
it's always
year-
in North
this year's
Carolina.
oh, is it? What am I
Yeah.
thinking of?
Yeah, it's always in North Carolina. Oh, it has been in North Carolina. And I
know
think
what
he's
I'm
tried to
thinking
do
of
it as close to Fayetteville as possible, since that is his home city.
Gotcha.
So yeah, if we can, let's make that happen, man. I would love for us to go down and see somebody good. My boy, who is this fish?
That's me.
Oh, is this you?
yeah.
Oh, I got it. You want me to share it? You fine with it?
Well, when it's
so
my
I gotta share
turn.
this fish.
Well, when it's my turn,
when it's your turn.
that's one of my players.
Okay, I will. I will definitely do that. This is exciting. I think you all will get a kick and a laugh out of this, but this is cool. This is cool.
I was trying
Anything
to
else that
find
I'm
that.
missing? You said how long did it take you?
Oh, it took me like the last 20, 25 minutes. I was like, I need to find this for one of my players.
Yes, I'm definitely going. And I feel like I know who that player is just by looking at it. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Anything else I missed?
Not that I can think of.
I know Blake always keeps me on board with what's going. Blake and Nando always keep me on board with what's going on fresh in the news. I have not been watching as much as I probably should, simply because I just always feel like it's depressing. Like it just always seems like something else is happening, and it's just depressing. And so, I mean, that's one of the reasons why we started this show, right? Because we wanted to bring some positivity. Sometimes we have some depressing topics, but at least at some points, we try to uplift people as much as we can. So I will not hold us any longer because I think that the discussion that we're going to have today is going to spark a lot of conversation. So I will turn it over to my brother Jamon for our episode 8, Beyond Your Wildest Dream Team. And let me start off by saying, I got to say this. You all have made it easy for me to come up with names, creative names for these topics, for these episodes. So I appreciate each and every one of my brothers for coming up with some good topics that I can come up with some creative names. But today is episode 8, Beyond Your Wildest Dreams. And I will turn it over to my brother, Jamon Haskins.
So in the lieu of March Madness, NBA playoffs about to begin, we're going to see if we had our top 5 players in the NBA, who would they be? If we could make our own dream team of 5 players, who would we be? Or who would we get? So I want to see what this thing is that Fish just put out. So Fish, I'm going to have you go first.
All right. So, I was thinking long and hard just on what, like, the 5 would be because, you know, as a kid, the NBA was much different then than it is now. Obviously, the game has changed. And just I loved growing up watching the players back then. And you can almost say like right now the center position has been kind of outcasted a little bit. Like there isn't that dominating center anymore. Maybe the last one that they had was Dwight Howard, but his role has diminished significantly. So I thought long and hard about my 5, and I'm sure that
is he still overseas?
Probably. What's that?
Is he still overseas?
I didn't know that. I thought he was riding the bench somewhere.
I thought I read somewhere that he was overseas, but I might be wrong. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I thought long and hard about the 5, and in no particular order. I'm going to go with my shooting guard first, and I think it's probably everybody's. I have to choose MJ, obviously, growing up in Chicago. Why are you shaking your head?
You said it's everybody's. It's not mine.
Really?
No, it's not mine. But I mean, I love MJ, but I wasn't starting him.
I think the toughness, the tenacity, and obviously, the type of player that he was, somebody is that I want on my team. So I'm going to go with him as my shooting guard. All right, I want you to bring up this picture now. This is my point guard. And I want a team that's very defensive, very scrappy. This was a defensive player of the year, a 9-time all-defensive first team. And this was me a long time ago. No, it's not the Gary Payton on Fernando's Warriors, but the original Gary Payton. The glove was one of my favorite players growing up. There I have his jersey. My brother has Allen Iverson. But I always just – not only was he a great defensive player, but he also was a great all-time trash-talking player as well. And he's definitely a player that can control the game physically and as well as verbally and mentally. So
he also has one of my favorite memes.
What's that?
He also has one of my favorite gifts right now, or meme, whatever it is. The one where he's looking and he's like,
yeah. So I'm going to go with, as my point guard, I'm going to go with the glove, Gary Payton.
Hey.
So that's my backcourt. So I'm going to go with my small forward. I don't know if you'll like this, Desmond, or not, but I'm going to go with Grant Hill.
No, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. For what it's worth, I think Grant Hill is probably the best player to come out of Duke. Absolutely.
I always thought he was a very skilled player, driving into the lane, smooth, elite defender, the type of team that I want. Good shooter, great passing abilities, and good vision on the court. So I'm going to go with Grant Hill.
Could have been one of the all-time greats, but obviously, what injury? Kind of.
Health was an issue, but the talent level was there.
Talent-wise, he was. Yeah.
Y'all remember those Grant Hill Sprite commercials?
Yep.
So for the longest time when I was in high school, just to be stupid, anytime I buy a Sprite or somebody asked me what I wanted to drink, I'd be like, I want Sprite. Because Grant Hill drinks Sprite.
and not to mention that he married the beautiful Tamia. Sorry, I just had to throw that in there. Sorry, honey. Sorry, wifey. I love you, but Tamia is pretty.
My power forward, I think I heard somebody talking about this. We maybe it was you, Jamon, but the mailman always delivers.
Karl Malone.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Karl Malone. Just like he just looked out there like men amongst boys too, because that dude was built. So great size and strength. Hard to defend, great mid-range jumper. So Karl Malone is my power forward.
Ain't mad at that.
And then,
I'm mad at that.
I thought long and hard about the center position. I love Shaq. I really, really love Shaq. And I was debating to put Shaq on there. but I went with I went earlier than Shaq. This is somebody that's broken 4,000 points in a season. He has got 100 points a game, most consecutive field goals. So I'm going to go with Wilt the Stilt.
Hey, and I ain't mad at you because I was going to pick Wilt. Like I was going to pick Wilt, but I ain't mad at you at all.
I really thought because growing up I had Shaq stuff too. I had the little kids locker with Shaq. I got Shaq Fu when I was so what was it, Kazam I watched over and over, but at the end of the day I want to win and not and I just thought that Wilt Chamberlain would be what he's done and how dominating he was. I went with him. So there's my top five, or there's my starting five. Grant Hill at the 3, Wilt Chamberlain at the 5, MJ, Karl Malone, and Gary Payton.
Let me ask you this. What position was the hardest for you to make a determination?
Center. Just because I love Shaq so much.
Got you.
I went back and forth with Shaq and Wilt Chamberlain.
Got you. Yeah, in my head, it was obviously it was Wilt, it was Bill, it was Kareem, there was Shaq. It was.
I thought Julius Erving. I was thinking, I really liked, as much as I like I said, as a Chicago fan, growing up, I really liked those Pistons teams with Joe Dumars and Isaiah Thomas. So I was going back and forth with those
bad
two.
boy Pistons too.
I thought maybe Patrick Ewing, but I really like the 5 that I have here.
I like it.
Let me another follow-up question. Did you consider whether or not these 5 would be able to mesh well together?
I did. I looked at it like I want a full team because I feel that today's players, a lot of them are out at the 3-point line, and there really isn't a dominating. It's almost like everybody just shoots threes right now, and I want kind of a good combination of players that play defense and offense.
Yeah, I feel you.
I don't know if meshing Michael Jordan, the type of player that he was, with some of today's players would go so well.
Yeah.
So if he could get through a season with Rodman, he can get through a season with anybody.
That's true. Yeah. More the player. Yeah. So that is a good point. Oh yeah. But
I'm not mad at your starting 5 at all, and I know you struggled with the Duke Grant Hill because of me, but I ain't mad at it. I
had the shoes also. I had the Fila shoes.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, so
that's what's up.
That took forever.
All right, Blake, what you got?
Oh, okay. All right. As I said before we started, this is no particular position order. So I'm let you know that now.
See, that's what I didn't do. I didn't study my positions. I just picked 5 people.
Nah, I studied my position.
Right,
I ain't even
Yeah.
So I got Kobe, Allen Iverson, Rip Hamilton, Ron Artest.
I know, Fish. Rip Hamilton.
Hmm?
I wanted to tell you why Rip Hamilton.
What?
What was the last one?
The last one was Dennis Rodman.
Ooh.
I want him to tell you why Rip Hamilton, though.
All right. So from apparently, back in the day, people used to get on me because apparently I looked like him, supposedly. Literally would make pictures and put us side by side. Is that your twin brother?
Anybody else?
I don't really see it, but
Anybody else have a twin in the NBA? Because I was told when I was younger, at least in middle school, by a friend of mine, and I might have to share this episode with him because I know he's not watching live. But a friend of mine was the biggest Reggie Miller fan of all time. Like he loved Reggie Miller, Pacers. Reggie Miller was everything to this man. And this dude swore up and down that I was Reggie Miller's twin. Swore up and down that I looked like Reggie Miller. Like that's all he was. Hey, Desmond, Reggie. And I'm like you, Blake. I don't look like Reggie Miller.
I don't see it.
Yeah,
I don't see it either.
I don't look like
I don't
Reggie
see it.
I
Miller
don't really see it.
at all whatsoever.
I saw Harden.
Maybe I don't look like Harden either.
No,
I look more
You
like
had that
Reggie
going.
Miller
You
than
had
I
that
do
going.
Harden.
Yeah.
I think it was the hazel eyes though.
Probably was that.
I don't know. I got a twin in the music industry. That's all I do.
Yeah,
Go
you
Ray.
do.
Yeah,
You
you
do.
I'm not mad at AI. Can I say this though? I didn't appreciate AI until later on in my life. Like I didn't appreciate AI when AI was playing. And so it wasn't until AI's retired, AI's doing his thing, Desmond's older, Desmond goes back and watches AI's game that Desmond is like, man, that dude was talented.
Yeah.
Like, and I got nothing but the utmost respect for that man right there, yo.
He's my favorite player to watch.
Yeah, the dude was
Hands down.
phenomenal with what he could do. I mean, and to be his height and coming up against some of these bigger players and his attitude about how he went about things, just the fact that he was never back down. I don't care who you are. David and Goliath mentality. Like I'm coming at you. And I love it. I love it.
Ask Tyronn Lue.
The step over?
Yeah. I was thinking about Ron Artest also. Ron Artest, just the defense that he plays, like alone itself.
More so for me, I picked Artest and Robin, not necessarily because of their basketball. It's because they are.
He about to get put off the court.
Oh, that's why I've got Gary Payton, though. I agree.
He about to get put on the court. They about to get put on the court.
Those are two dudes that are unapologetically themselves. They do not care. And I like that authenticity. And then I watched the documentary. I don't know if you guys remember the infamous brawl at the Lakers game with the fans and the
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going by Meta, right? No more. Is he still going by Meta?
I don't know. I thought he was.
No.
Meta World Peace.
I feel you need players like that on your team, though, that are just unapologetic trash talkers.
Mm-hmm.
So,
he is who he is.
Yep.
And Ron Artest was always who he always was.
Rodman too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, Robin, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Jermaine, you think he would kick you or I?
Who?
Rodman still?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
If you and I were down there shooting?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even try going. I wouldn't even try. No.
That was a
All
big
right.
yeah.
Mr. Desmond, who you got?
All right. So the NBA brings you to this game. And at the starting five for Desmond Mosby's dream team, at guard, representing Michigan State, standing 6'9", the number 1 draft pick from 1979, number 32, Irvin Magic Johnson. At the other guard, standing 6'6", playing out of Lower Merion High School, the number 13 pick from the 1996 draft, Black Mamba, number 24, Kobe Bryant. At the forward position from Indiana State, standing 6'9", the number 6 draft pick from 1978, Larry Legend, number 33, Larry Bird. At the other forward from Wake Forest, standing 6'11", the number 1 draft pick from 1997, the big fundamental, number 21, Tim Duncan. And at center from San Francisco, standing 6'10", the number 2 pick from the 1956 draft, the Secretary of Defense, number 6, Bill Russell. Just let
No,
me
you
give
didn't
y'all
say
some
Bill
stats.
Cartwright.
Huh?
No, you didn't say Bill Cartwright.
Just let me give y'all some stats. Magic Johnson, 5-time NBA champion, 3-time NBA Finals MVP, 3-time NBA Most Valuable Player, 12-time NBA All-Star, 2-time NBA All-Star Game MVP, 9-time All-NBA First Team, All-NBA Second Team, NBA All-Rookie Team, 4-time NBA Assist Leader, 2-time NBA Steals Leader. Kobe Bryant, 5-time NBA champion, 2-time NBA Finals MVP, NBA Most Valuable Player, 18-time NBA All-Star, 4-time NBA All-Star Game MVP, 11-time All-NBA First Team, 2-time All-NBA Second Team, 2-time All-NBA Third Team, 9-time NBA All-Defensive First Team, 3-time NBA All-Defensive Second Team, 2-time NBA Scoring Champion. Larry Bird, 3-time NBA Champion, 2-time NBA Finals MVP, 3-time NBA Most Valuable Player, 12-time NBA All-Star, NBA All-Star Game MVP, 9-time All-NBA First Team, All-NBA Second Team, 3-time NBA All-Defensive Second Team, NBA Rookie of the Year, NBA All-Rookie Team, 3-time NBA Three-Point Contest Champion. Tim Duncan, 5-time NBA champion, 3-time NBA Finals MVP, 2-time NBA Most Valuable Player, 15-time NBA All-Star, NBA All-Star Game co-MVP, 10-time All-NBA First Team, 3-time All-NBA Second Team, 2-time All-NBA Third Team, 8-time NBA All-Defensive First Team, 7-time NBA All-Defensive Second Team, NBA Rookie of the Year, NBA All-Rookie First Team. And Bill Russell, who played during a time when blocks were not recorded. 11-time NBA champion, 5-time Most Valuable Player, 12-time NBA All-Star, NBA All-Star Game MVP, 3-time All-NBA First Team, 8-time All-NBA Second Team, NBA All-Defensive First Team, and 4-time NBA Rebounding Champion. That's my starting 5.
You got a tall backcourt.
I do.
Man, you want
6'9", 6'6".
I do have a tall backcourt. And I got some defensive players too.
Tim Duncan never got. I don't think he got the appreciation he ever has. Those Spurs teams were boring.
He didn't. He didn't.
Yo, he not. Yeah.
The big fundamental, the type of player he was, and as I know y'all mentioned trash talkers, and he wasn't much of a trash talker, but they said that he would let you have it in his game, right? Like Tim Duncan, to me, just
I would disagree that he didn't get the respect or recognition he deserved. I think he got plenty of it. I think that when he first came out, he was under Robinson's shadow, and I think he stepped out of that really easy and probably overtowers Robinson at this point. Especially towards the end of his career, I think he got plenty of recognition. Not that he got more, but I think that he really showed what type of player he was and how great he was.
And they did a whole world tour on his retirement, right? Like there was a excitement, and I mean it was talked about. It was really talked about heavily. And I know I'm gonna get flack because my brother Nando already called me out because I didn't have LeBron on my list. And there's some players that I would have loved to have. I would have loved to have had Jordan. But I grew up in the era watching Kobe, and Kobe's probably my favorite player of all time. Mamba mentality. I felt was certainly something, and it was something that certainly was felt amongst his teammates. I watched the documentary of the Olympic team. The dream team goes over, the dream team crushes everybody, and then the next team comes over, and we are the laughing stock of the world. They get the veteran Kobe Bryant to come in. Kobe Bryant is Mamba mentality. When everybody else is thinking, oh, it's time to go to bed, Kobe is going down to practice. That brother, it just shows his dedication to his craft and his love of the game of basketball. But yeah, I would have loved to have picked MJ. I would have loved to have picked LeBron and several other people. But the question was, who is your starting five? So that's my starting five.
Very good. Very good. Is Nando still on there?
Hold on,
Nando.
hold on. You're not gonna say nothing about my delivery. My delivery was creative.
No,
Yeah, it was incredible. I know I didn't go into that deep of a.
I think it speaks for itself.
There
I
you go.
appreciate you, Nando. Thank you, Nando.
I definitely didn't go that deep into it. I was like, let me just pick 5.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. I anticipated what Blake anticipated, and Blake anticipated somebody's gonna ask why I picked these people. And in the back of my mind, I was like, well, it's not gonna be Jamar. If anybody is gonna be Nando and Fish, because sports is their thing. And if we ain't got no way to back up why we picked who we picked, we better be prepared, Blake.
Now, sometimes you just like what you like.
You do. You right about that, bro. All right, Jamar, did you want Nando to go next, or you going next?
Nando, go ahead. I'll bring up the rear.
Right.
Go ahead, Nando.
So I didn't really think about like eras and stuff like that because I know for my center when he played, things were way different, and I went the same way that Fish did and went with Wilt. I mean, the guy holds first, third, fourth, fifth, seventh most points scored in a single game. You know, when you got someone that plays that plays at that high level, even for his era when the rules were so different and physicality was so different, I don't think you can ignore him. Shaq was second on my list. Shooting guard, I went with Jordan, obviously. If we exclude Jordan, since he's one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest, I would go with Kobe. There's nothing you can say, at least bad, about the way he played basketball and his focus and mentality. Probably the second toughest next to Jordan, honestly. Point guard, this was my homer pick. Of course, I went with Curry.
Figures.
Isaiah Thomas and John Stockton were my two backups who I also considered. I really liked watching Stockton and Malone play when they used to play together at, was it Jazz?
Yep.
Yeah. What do I got? Power forward. So many good ones, man. I have to go with Malone though. Like there's just too many to pick from. But I got to go with Malone. I think Barkley was probably a close second just because I like his attitude. And like y'all said earlier, you need someone who's kind of a jerk playing out there, you know, just being themselves and with no apologies, right? But I think Malone is almost right there with him in that case, you know. Small forward, I went with LeBron. Like I can't think of anybody else who's even close to him in that position. Nothing. I thought y'all might jump in.
Oh no, I ain't mad at your pick.
I mean that position is saturated though, right? You got Durant, Bird, Irving, the Jordan before Jordan existed, right? Like there's so many good people to pick at that position, but I just think LeBron, the physical play that he brings to that position is just unmatched, in my opinion.
And then with him on the court, you got somebody that can almost play every position.
Yeah.
As well. Like so.
Yeah. I almost went. There's a player who holds this record alone in the NBA for the only player to ever have choked his coach, Sprewell. But I don't know. I don't know how much that adds to the team, so I left him off.
I don't know.
Well, he'd be hard to defend.
I don't know. The coach might need to be choked every now and then.
Yeah. Iverson made my list of just players. I don't know that I hate saying it because he's so entertaining. I don't know if I would ever put him as a GOAT, but he's fun to watch and my all-time favorite player to watch.
Like it.
I love it.
Okay, so Nando, since you're a LeBron fan, you know he has two sons. Do you feel like they're gonna be as talented as him? I don't know if you've been following it.
I haven't been following, but it's hard. I'd be hard pressed to see anybody ever
maybe not
talented, like in the same family, right? Like there's plenty of. Go ahead.
I think the other piece for me is, I mean, look at LeBron's size, right? Like,
Yeah.
look at LeBron's size. Bronny is nowhere near that
Yeah.
big.
No.
And so LeBron's size for as long as he's played and for what he still does today, there's not going to be there's not
LeBron
from that
could,
family at least.
LeBron could have stepped into the NFL and been the greatest tight end of all time with his size, right? Like how physical he is. Like I don't think he would have had any problems bouncing into that position.
The dude is a freaking monster.
Yeah. And so for just on that alone, like how he's a specimen, right? That's what that word they use all the time, right? Like once in a generation type person. And as far as physicalness, is that even a word? How that as far as that goes, you know.
You know, I always wondered whether or not LeBron would just, kind of pull a Jordan route and just say, "Hey, I want to try football." I'm like, because you're right. He really would just be a mismatch out there in the middle of the field
for everybody.
Yeah,
Right? He like you need that sprint speed for a tight end. He's got that.
Yep.
His size, he could defend in the backfield.
Yeah.
Like I don't think there's anything that he couldn't excel at in that position.
Yeah.
Now, baseball is a different story. He might not. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't dig I don't get into baseball at all, really.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't, but definitely football. I can see LeBron. Yeah.
Speaking of, I guess, players that could play two sports. I mean, AI played high school football.
Yep.
Might not have been able to do anything real in the NBA. I mean, the NFL because of his size, but I mean, he was still talented, definitely in high school as a football player.
Yeah.
You see that a lot, though. A lot of players, played all three of the big sports in high school.
Yeah.
Especially with quarterbacks playing in the outfield, right? And baseball, being able to chuck that baseball.
I know they have Wilson. I know was drafted by Texas or something like that.
Was he a pitcher or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kyler Murray got drafted in the first round, I think, by the A's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you could. Yeah, and then I think obviously like Deion Sanders, Bo Jackson,
Jackson,
Brian Jordan.
Bo knows.
Yeah.
What's his name? Prime Time. He did it too, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. The only one to play in the Super Bowl in the World Series.
Cowboys too. That's right. He was on the Cowboys.
Yep. Sure enough was.
All right, Jamon, I got to hear your 5.
Well,
I already know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I called 3 of his before.
He did, and then in no particular order again. Jordan, of course, had Curry. I had Malone. I had Shaq, and D. I had one of yours too. I did like Duncan, but my center, I had to give honorable mention to Kareem.
Ain't mad at that at all.
And it was between Shaq and Kareem. I didn't know what to do, but I figured that Shaq just had the size to get the boards more.
No free throws, but definitely got.
Yeah, no free throws, but
don't put him on the line.
Yeah, but give him the ball in the paint, and you'll be all right.
Well, especially today, you're definitely gonna be great.
Did nobody say Giannis?
No, I didn't say Giannis.
Mm-mm.
Nobody feeling Giannis?
I'm not saying I don't feel him, but I just didn't pick him.
Yeah.
Right.
I got to follow.
And you know what? Nando, I almost picked Price.
What
Almost
stopped
2
you?
years. Huh?
What stopped you?
Uh,
What was the weight like? What did you?
I
end
was
up?
looking at Curry and Price, right?
Yeah,
And Price, I mean, Price delivered, but I just think that Curry got the moves more. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
yeah. Also, he's probably like the best pure shooter like we've ever seen too.
Yeah.
Right? It's hard to put anybody, and when you just go for straight shooting, like
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going.
it's hard.
Somebody asked Curry, how much long. They said, how much longer do they think that Curry has to play? And somebody said they see him going until maybe another 10 years down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. He can shoot. That's all he needs to do.
Yep.
He can play 5-10 minutes a game when he gets in his mid-30s, 40s, and, just deliver threes.
Yeah.
Bring them off the bench.
Yeah.
Fish,
Get 'em a spot.
are the Bulls in the playoffs, man? Are they struggling or?
As a Bulls fan, you should know this, Jamal.
I don't keep up with. Look. I don't keep up with them. I don't keep up with them. I ain't gonna lie.
I got to
I
follow.
know my Lakers got the 7th seed in the West.
I know that. Look. I know that. Which come got the 6th seed. Warriors.
They might be struggling now because
They're struggling now
Davis
because
is
they
out
got
indefinitely.
because they suck on the road, but
The Bulls are the 10th seed right now, so they'd be playing, I believe, the Heat in that play-in game.
What is your follow-up, Mike?
Yeah. All right. So we have our 5. The follow-up I was going to say is who's coaching these guys?
Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
Or Pat Riley.
Is there any?
I was going with Pat
nice
Riley.
Yeah, either or. Phil or Pat.
Riley or Jags. I don't think you can pick anybody else.
Nah.
Not
Hey,
even Steve.
in all honesty, I might bring Mike Krzyzewski from Duke to maybe be an assistant, maybe. But yeah, Pat Riley or Phil Jackson undoubtedly would be one of my choices.
I might even ask Larry Nance to come back.
Jeez.
Golly.
Shoot, in my defense, Bill Russell coached his team. So I might be okay just leaving Bill at center and letting him coach too.
Yeah. Oh, there's some. Yeah.
I had that, man, and I was trying to figure out. That's why I went with basketball because I went with football too, but I said basketball would be easier for me. Yeah, I was thinking about the top 5 football players too, but
yeah, football. I probably wouldn't be able to answer that question.
No.
I know you would, Nando. But
What's that? I'm sorry.
Your top 5 football players.
Oh. Jeez, I don't even know where to start. We got, Montana, Rice, Gore. It's all going to be 49ers, right?
Yeah, I'm about to say he picked all 49ers players. As soon as he said Montana and Rice.
Yeah.
Rice, definitely.
I mean, Tom Brady's got to be the greatest quarterback. I hate to
Yeah.
say it, but he's the greatest quarterback ever of all time. I hate to say this too, but God, what's his name? Pat Mahomes. He looks like he might be on that same track.
Yeah.
I believe I would pick Mahomes. I would definitely pick Mahomes.
You can pick Steve Young too, Nando?
Oh no, I appreciate the championship he brought to us, but no, I don't. I'm not putting him on my all-time list.
Pick Kirk Cousins too. I'm kidding on that.
Sweetness.
You would.
All right, what's y'all's favorite Cowboy of all time? You only get one.
Emmett.
Yeah, I would agree.
You don't like Romo?
What?
He's
You got his jersey?
Emmett.
I would
I
agree.
got everybody's jersey, Mike.
I thought it was Cole Beasley.
Look, I got Beasley's jersey, and then he went around and went to the Bills. I was like, what?
Jamal got all the whack players jerseys. From the Cowboys.
Beasley's good, Desmond. Beasley is good.
Jamal got all the whack players.
Beasley is good.
Beasley just always was too small for me.
He was
He
quick
just,
like a
he
mug,
just
though.
looked like he just small. Like it looked like I was on the field.
He was a quick little something, though.
He was quick, but it looked like I was on the field.
What players do you have? Because obviously in your basement you have like 10 or 15 different Cowboy jerseys down there.
Well, I
You got
Smith.
Aikman.
I got Smith. I don't got Aikman.
You don't have Aikman?
Irvin.
I Smith. I got Romo. I got Beasley. I got your boy Witten.
Do you have the owner of Marriott Hotels pretty soon?
So again, Jamon ain't got none of the top names. I mean, yeah, I get it, but
You have Irvin?
I don't have Irvin.
Oh.
No, I got
Fish
no,
and
I don't
none
have
of them
Irvin.
disappointed in you, right?
Irvin's the
I
man.
got Irvin.
I love, yeah.
Yeah. All those
They
corner
can't-
shots
look.
he had to take.
Now we can say that the catch counted.
Hey, you have Dez, don't you?
I got Dez.
I'm not starting with y'all.
I got
The
a
catch
Mosby,
counted.
I got a Mosby one. I got a Mosby one that Jamon bought me.
It's very
Yeah,
nice
Mosby.
too. It's
Yeah,
very
it
nice.
is nice.
And
you
look,
have the half and half Cowboys?
yes, I do. And that's a legit half and half, y'all.
I used to
With
hate
those-
going with Jamon to like champs or something because he like, ooh, I gotta have that one. Ooh, I got to have that one.
Then I look up and I saw the Starbuck, which is $750. I said, no, that's okay.
Ooh, I got to have that one.
I know
Okay.
that was in my jersey buying days, man. I had
Jamon, I wish I
man.
could have money just to be buying jerseys like that. Only two jerseys I think I've ever gotten. Jamon gave me.
But look, Fish, I gave Fish a nice jersey that what is it? Your boy Mac,
You
Yeah.
gave me a Kobe jersey.
and that's a nice Mac jersey because it was the American one, right?
Yeah.
The red, white, and blue
Only
numbers.
problem is he got traded.
See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Kobe didn't.
Kobe didn't.
Yeah.
Technically, he did.
He did.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
He was drafted by Charlotte, and
Can you imagine like the trajectory? Like if they were still the Bobcats, weren't they?
I want
I
to say
think-
they were the Hornets,
Were they?
but
The
I might be wrong.
Can you imagine if he would have stayed in Charlotte?
Listen, I'll tell you this: I would have been able to go down and see him.
True. It wasn't
Okay,
his-
so-
We don't play y'all this year, do we, Mike? Or do we? Does Dallas play y'all this year?
no.
I really ain't worried about.
Oh, and I asked you how you feeling about y'all squad this year, and you said that you felt like Dallas and the 49ers were still going to be the teams to beat.
Yeah, I think the 49ers will still probably be coming out of the West. Unless something happens with the quarterback situation.
I was gonna say if we can make sure our quarterbacks stay
Yeah.
straight.
Yeah.
I give us a record of 10-3.
Like you
I
were about
have
to
a
ask a
quick
question.
question. So since we have been on the subject of basketball, think back to your younger days. Was I the only? I'm pretty sure we talked about this before, but we can bring it up again. Who had a Charlotte's Hornets jacket?
Starter?
Starter
Yeah.
joint.
Start, yep.
Sorry.
Well, any of the starter joints, but yeah, the
Yep.
Charlotte Hornets was the most
Yes.
popular one.
Yeah.
All right, so,
Yep.
so I got a follow up question. Favorite basketball movie?
Can I really be? Can I?
Blue chips, does that count?
Yeah, Blue Chips counts.
Space Jam, does that count?
Nick Nolte,
Does Space Jam count?
Space Jam counts.
Yeah.
Number one, not number two. The first Space Jam.
Like I'm gonna say something stupid.
What?
I'm the man.
Yeah. So
Oh,
you just gave me
wait. I changed my mind. You said favorite basketball movie.
You just gave me my answer.
Wait a minute, I'm changing my mind.
Juwan the man.
White Man Can't Jump.
Oh yeah, that's a
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's gotta be it.
They're remaking it, as a matter of fact. I don't know how good the remake is going to be, but
do you realize that? I just found this out. They said that Wesley Snipes didn't have a stunt double in that.
I think I heard that before.
He did all those dunks.
I think that he actually plays basketball like a lot.
And I heard Woody did all those shots too, except that half court joint. But
I mean, that's possible. They were young, they weren't,
But they said Wesley. They said Wesley could dunk.
Y'all know that Prince used to play.
Absolutely,
dramatically.
Absolutely.
For the blouses, right?
Told us that.
He tell them to go purify themselves in the waters.
He played for the blouses, right?
Showing up
real, I think they said that story was true, right? Like,
yeah, I want to say it was. There are pictures of him back in the day, like with basketball.
Yeah, there's a guy named Kevin Smith, and he basically in movies and stuff like that. But he
do right? Is it the
yeah.
I don't know.
So he did. He was working on a like a biography for Prince, like a movie, and it never got released. And he was talking about how Prince, like his assistant was like, Prince does this and that, and here's his basketball shoes, and he's like, for what? And he's like, because he plays basketball. He's like, just his mind was blown. He's like, Prince plays basketball, like one of the greatest musicians of all time plays basketball. And I just thought it was funny. Like,
and the most messed up part is not only does he play basketball, but he apparently plays basketball pretty well. Like that's even more mind blowing.
Yeah. Apparently they called us as well.
Yeah, I think you told me that before, Blake.
He actually went
overseas
like playing on the team. Yep.
Or wasn't there something
trying to do it again?
Vegas that he did.
They said the boy good too. They say, I mean, I've seen some highlights, but they say he can play.
You remember the air up there?
Oh
yeah.
What about above the rim?
Kevin Bacon, yeah, that's a good one too.
Hey, what about the joint with Bow Wow in it? What was it?
No.
Like Mike?
No.
No.
Nope.
Bow Wow.
Exactly. Not Bow Wow. Well, no, back then he was Little Bow Wow. Now
Little Bow Wow.
Right.
Was there a player that you felt like transitioned into movies very well? Like off the top of my head, the only one I can really think of, and I'm sure it's others, but the only one I can really think of was Ray Allen playing Jesus
Shuttlesworth.
And he played that part. And did you all know though that he wasn't the original pick for that particular movie? I think they had looked at Kobe, they had looked at several other players, but they wanted somebody, I guess, at the time that wasn't like well known, but still could portray that part. And I felt like he did very, very well. And obviously, I guess Jordan in Space Jam. But let's be honest, Bugs Bunny was the lead character in that movie. Come on now. So much so, they made Space Jam 2 without Michael Jordan.
Wasn't what the hell is his name? George Mirajan, wasn't he in the movie?
In the second one?
I gotta look this up now.
Rick Fox was in a Madea movie, but I couldn't say
that
acting was that great.
But he's been in a couple things.
He was in Tyler Perry's movie.
Billy Crystal, My Giants.
I remember that too.
Mm-hmm. With what's the name? Angela Bassett.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about, Blake. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of the movie, but I know exactly which one you're talking about.
It's
Listen, I'm gonna tell you. Like I'm gonna tell you which one it was.
It's Meet the Browns.
Yeah, Yep, Meet the Browns. It's the one that's got the same storyline as all the other Tyler Perry movies.
Literally.
There's a bum dude that's bummed to the girl that he dating. And she needs somebody new, and Rick Fox comes along. The Rick Fox-esque character comes along and sweeps her off her feet.
Oh no, but you have to remember,
and takes her to church.
She tries not to fool with Rick at first.
She tries not to fool with Rick at first because she's still stuck on the dude that treated her like dirt. She over there. She's got Rick Fox. They've got Rick Fox, but then here come Ike Turner, and I gotta go with Ike. It's
That's
like no.
That's the way things go sometimes.
Wait, yeah. Relationships difficult.
Facts.
Any other questions? This was fun. I enjoyed myself. I'm thankful for you all for letting me kind of be creative in my presentation, because I know that could have been annoying.
You have every stat.
I got a little story for y'all. When I did IT work for an insurance company, the guy next to me had somebody call in, and he turns to me. He's like, "This guy has a funny name." After he got off, he was helping him with getting into his account right online. It's like, "This guy's got a funny name. I don't think it's real, and I think he's using his nickname." And I was like, "Oh yeah, what is it?" And he's like, "Penny." I was like, "Hardaway?" And he's like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" And he was talking to Penny Hardaway, helping him with this was years, like maybe he's been retired, but I was like, "You don't know who Penny Hardaway is?" And
another player that could have been great.
Yeah. So I don't think I've ever spoken to any NBA players in real life, but yeah, that's my anecdotal story for the episode.
Oh, we lost Jamon, and then he came back in. I'm sorry, Jamon, that I didn't.
It was weird because all of a sudden I was looking at the live joint and also this other one, so everybody's voice was over each other.
You have any additional follow-up questions?
No, I'm good. I think this was awesome. I mean, that was a good discussion for everything, you know.
I got one question. Other than your favorite team, what would you say is your second favorite team?
Basketball?
Yeah, basketball.
I'm gonna say Memphis.
Of all time?
Just right now, if they're playing, like, I hope they win. Right, as long as they're not playing your team, the Lakers.
Well, as I said, I've always liked the Bulls, the 80, what is it, the 90, whatever it was, Bulls. I don't know. It'd be the Bulls. It was Bulls and what you call it for me?
Warriors.
Yeah, Warriors. And I like the Warriors even when your boy was on there, Chris Mullin.
I was a Hardaway person. I like the Heat growing up.
I'm gonna say the Supersonics. Nah, I gotta go with the Warriors. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I love watching them boys play. I will also add that not only is it the Warriors, but I thoroughly enjoyed the Rip Hamilton, Chauncey Billups Pistons. Because I've always felt like there wasn't really a true superstar on that particular team. They all just knew what role they had to play, and they won championships because of that. Like obviously there wasn't the caliber of a LeBron on that team, but they played very well together, and I enjoyed watching them.
I like the David Robinson Spurs. That era.
I always liked what was it? Stark and Ewing at the Knicks.
Ooh.
They was terrible, but I like watching.
My godmother said that Patrick Ewing was the ugliest man on the face of the earth.
Damn.
Stone face.
Cold blood.
Who's the Hornets players that everybody loved?
Larry.
Muggsy
Bowes.
Yep.
I like Larry.
Yep. Muggsy was just small.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when him and Jordan went head to head, man.
Well, this has been fun. My brother Fish messaged me, so I think we can wrap it up. Are there any closing comments, closing statements anybody wants to say?
Last night at WrestleMania tonight, I'm picking the Bloodline to go down tonight.
Jamon, they went down last night.
Well, half of them went down. The other half of them go down tonight.
Since when do they do WrestleMania for 2 days?
They've been doing it for a
Since
couple of
2020,
years.
man. Since 2020.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm behind. My bad.
2 days, bro. And it's
Yeah, I think if you got Xbox Live, you can watch it for free too.
oh, for real.
Yeah.
And it's long too. Like it's long. Like WrestleMania used to be long for one night where it was like maybe 3 or 4 hours. It's 3 or 4 hours both nights.
It's crazy.
Legit. Yes. Last night it started at
doing that.
Last night it started at what time, Jamon?
Did you watch the pre-show?
I started watching the pre-show, and then
Pre-show started at 6 and then until like 11.
Yeah, pre-show started at 6. The whole thing, I want to say it was 11:30 maybe.
Dang.
That it ended. But yeah, same is gonna be for the night. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, so we have thoroughly enjoyed you joining us today for our episode Beyond Your Wildest Dream Team. We hope that you join us next time. Same time, same place. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter. If you have any questions, you can email us at themansperience@gmail.com. We love you all. Peace and blessings. That's it. That's all I got to say. And listen, you don't have to always pick LeBron James for everything just because he's LeBron James. We love y'all. See y'all later. Peace.